Now, this is a reaction to a reaction by one of the YouTubers, No Life Shaq. I covered him in one of the Kendrick Lamar disses. He had a great commentary. I'm just gonna single him out this time. He had great commentary. He was in depth. He stopped. He hit the button for the video, and then he'll continue on, and he'll hit the button for the continue. Whoa, whoa! And he's very animated and very engaged. So I want to like bring that kind of energy to this specific video. He broke down the different parts about how Drake was talking about how he was addressing Kendrick Lamar's obsession with his pedophilia allegations and stuff like that. He was saying like, I'm famous. What am I gonna do with somebody that's 17 years or younger or something like that? How am I gonna pick up a chick and she's 17 years or younger? That's a risk to my whole empire. So what are you really saying? And it just like the way that No Life Shack breaks down, the different parts. He just does it with such entertaining verve and vivacity that it becomes very intriguing and interesting. Um, he has a way of displaying, his true passion for the form. He said at the towards the end, it was checkmate. He meant to say check. Checkmate is the end. He might be saying that's the end. He might be saying that. I'm not sure, but I understand chess to be checkmate being that's the end of the game. You check the king. The king is in check. He can't go anywhere else. But check is when you're getting closer to the king. You have the king in his sights, in your sights, and you're about to put him in checkmate. But I would only imagine that this whole battle, because it's not a beef. Beef is serious. Beef is like Biggie and Tupac. Big West Coast, East Coast battle beef. That's beef. This is a little skirmish. This is a little, you know, kerfuffle, as I've said before. It's just a little tiff that these two men have against each other. And they're gonna be buddy buddy soon. They're gonna be hugged up. They're gonna be cool. They're gonna be dropping records together. I can imagine that happening in the next few months and years. It's not that serious. They're gonna have some kind of charitable event that they're gonna plan and say that we were planning this all along. We were telling we were letting you guys know ahead of time and some of our songs going back and forth, and he it was ample. It was very good timing because when Drake created this diss song, it was right before the Pulitzers were announced, which was today. Pardon me, had to handle some business real quick, but I'm back at it. I'm back to this business. So we have No Life Shack, which is ironic because he has a life. He's married with a child, and he has, different guns and weapons and firearms that he lets off at the range. So that's his life. No Life Shack. I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe he's not the Shack. But anyway, he has great reactions, and that's why I'm doing a reaction to his reaction of Drake's diss against Kendrick Lamar. So he detailed about the differences between the two rappers. He said, Kendrick Lamar, uh, he's more focused on, going after all the ideas of, what is the main difference between he and Drake. And Drake was right off the top, like I said, he already explained how it was about the Pulitzer Prize winner, spiraling, and at the end he says, you know, uh, No Life Shack's eyes get all big. He's like, about hit me up, Whitney. It'll be a lot less dangerous if you do, or something like that, something along those lines. And that was a hard line because he's saying like he abuses him. Kendrick abuses. I think his wife's name is Whitney. Let me make 100% sure. Yeah, Whitney Alford. Yeah. That they're not even married. That's his fiance. 5 days ago, People Magazine, Whitney Halford. They've been getting together since they were teens. You can believe that. So Drake is alleging that that Kendrick Lamar abuses her physically. Um, that's a hard stab. That's a hard stab saying your fiance is abusing you. That's coming to this. That makes you come to fisticuffs. But I don't think it's going to get to anything violent. I don't think, Drake's crew or Kendrick Lamar's crew is going to get into anything too outrageous or too, ridiculous, anything like that. I don't see that happening. So, uh, with the amount of fanfare and attention that all this is bringing, I think, like I said before, it's going to be resolved. It's all going to be resolved. And it's going to be resolved with a boxing match or some kind of charitable event, something, like I said before. This is not, this is Jay-Z and Nas. This is Jay-Z and Nas. They were even objective on their tracks. I watched a great documentary on YouTube about the Jay-Z and Nas beef, and it showed what I always said. They're going to be friends one day. I'm not some, soothsayer. I'm not some seer, but I just noticed because they broke down each other, their foibles, with objectivity. On Blueprint 2, Jay says, "Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it One Mike? Is it Shorty? Is it Black Girl Lost or Shorty Owe Me for Ice?" And like that was him saying, I was dissing you, but I just really want to know your artistry. I really want to know why you have these songs like this. You have such a disparate sense of things to talk about. And Nas was like talking about Hawaiian shirts and on Ether, but he was talking about mainly the relationship with his baby mother and Jay-Z on Godson. He said, he killed him for Dole. Let me see the line. I can look it up. Nas. I'm looking it up. Oh my God, it's crazy. Yes, on the last real nigga alive. This is from Genius. Uh, this is what many consider to be the last song in the Nas versus Jay-Z epic. While some criticize Nas for his homophobic insults and not coming down harder on Jay beyond surface level, this is Nas carefully and clearly airing out the situation and informing everyone as to what really happened with Jay-Z, Puffy, and everything that happened up to that point. So that's where we're going to be. That's where we're headed. Just imagine that. It may appear on somebody's album. The Takeover was on the Blueprint. Um, Ether was on Stillmatic. So it's very possible. I mean, that it will end up on a playlist, a streaming service, as part of a compilation of songs. I'm getting away. I'm trying to get away from the word album because that confuses people. They think, oh, the album like a vinyl? No, no, no. Album like a whole set of songs that kind of gel together, trying to fit together. That's what I'm trying to get at mainly. So there's a sensibility that there is going to be reconciliation coming up soon. I can see that. I can see it coming very soon. It's going to be something to definitely look at, definitely to comprehend, definitely to understand, definitely to take in and realize. And I think that's what No Life Shaq really does. He's like, ooh, what? He's spinning around in his chair. He's getting up and closing doors and stuff. But yeah, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the fun you're supposed to be having. I think it's a great opportunity for him to express himself in that way. And like I said, he's eating off of this. He has thousands of views every few minutes, I think, something like that. Let me see how many views he has on this particular. Let me see. I switched it out. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. So on this particular video, he has 1,567,925 views. So he's eating a lot larger than myself. My dumbass only has what? One viewer right now and 3 likes. They won't show you how many. He has 78,000 likes. And let me see how many subscribers he has. He has 4.38 million subscribers. No Life Shaq. Because he puts in the work, he puts in the different ideals, he puts in the timing, the thought patterns, everything meshes. He puts his voice into it. Everything all comes together and coalesces. I can only aspire to be in the crowd of 4.38 million subscribers. That's an achievement. That definitely is an achievement. You gotta respect that. One of the things I like about his videos are that they're really great. Quality. They're really great quality. I'm playing this little snippet, so hopefully he doesn't get me with a copyright strike. But no, the Heart Part 6. The reaction that No Life Shaq had. He delved into it. He studied it. He regurgitated it. He brought it back up and threw it back down, and was able to convey rationally what this whole squabble is about. I think there's going to be maybe 2 more diss tracks by Kendrick, and then Drake's just gonna drop some kind of concert with Taylor Swift or something like that, and she's gonna be rapping his lyrics. she's she's gonna be rapping Drake's lyrics against Kendrick Lamar, and then have all the Swifties go against Kendrick Lamar. I can imagine that happening. And Drake is that guy. He is that devious to do that. That would be an evil genius kind of move that he would do. If he had the power, if he teamed up with, he already had a song with Beyonce. So he could have the Beehive against Kendrick Lamar, and that would be the end of his. That could probably be the end of his career if the Beehive is against Kendrick Lamar. So that's that that can that's just me. That's my dumb ass. That's just my crazy mind, my bipolar disorder. Just think about crazy stuff like that. Just imagining if that really happened. If Rihanna came out and Rihanna started dissing Kendrick Lamar, and I think they had a song together, that would be even crazier. Because Kendrick Lamar had a song with Rihanna. So that'd be wild if Drake got Rihanna to diss Kendrick Lamar, and then the whole Rihanna Navy would be behind her, and Drake going against Kendrick Lamar. That'd be something. That'd be fascinating. That'd be completely fascinating. So I'm just looking forward to it. They've been saying this for years. This is hip hop. This is what it's about. As long as it's on wax, it's all Of course, that's what separates hip hop from all the other art forms, and it's from the genesis. I've said this before. It's about the battle. It's about me bragging. It's braggadocio. It's about me having swag. It's about me having drip. It's about me having I'm better than you. Should be I'm the best, but more so in hip hop, it's I'm better than you. I'm the one. I'm not number two. Like it should be I'm number one, but it's more like I'm not number two. I'm distancing myself from you. Instead of going ahead. That's what I say with Eminem. Hip hop is about mysticism, narcissism, and mercantilism. And I've broken all those down before. You can go back to my other videos to understand what I was saying there. But I just want to give props to No Life Shack with another great entry into his video canon. He has a whole total different way of conveying himself. I don't know if he has another gig. If he has another, if this is paying his bills, he can. I think this you can eat off of 1 million views on one track, one video. I'm pretty sure you can if you have 4 million subscribers. You're probably eating off of that, solely, or he has another business that he runs. He's the boss of. I'm not sure. I don't know. Haven't met the guy, but I just came across, reaction to Drake. And what comes up first or in the top, God damn it if it ain't No Life Shack. and that's what's so amazing. That's what's so engrossing and intriguing about the way that he puts out different videos. His whole style is different from most other videographers, YouTubers. Some YouTubers are like, oh, I gotta go into the annotations. Oh, I gotta go into this and that. He just puts on the recording and just goes, oh, did he really talk about that like that? What? Like, it's very, very entertaining. It's very, very, in your face, and, let you know what time it is. So I would definitely recommend to anybody out there, the stylings of No Life Shack. No Life Shack definitely has a style about him. He definitely has a different feel, a different way of conveying himself, and that's why he has so many subscribers and so many views on his channel, because of the fact that he has been able to champion the art of the word. He's been able to champion and excel at delivering the English language. That's key. It's very simple language, very direct, very short. Very curt, but very powerful at the same time. So that's one thing you have to look for, and your favorite YouTuber, and make sure if they're going to give an analysis, they're going to break down something, they're going to react to something, they have a bit of entertainment and a bit of enlightenment at the same time. So it's cool when you have that balance. You have that way of showing the difference between one and the other. That's what is so wonderful and so crucial about all of this. Is the fact that this is a different kind of world. Like I said on a few occasions before, YouTube and TikTok and so many other platforms, Instagram, X, whatever the case may be, there should be a level where we can say we can end poverty. I think we can end poverty. If somebody just sets up a camera, puts up some content, allows it to be seen, heard, whatever the case may be. SoundCloud rappers, if you want to talk about that. SoundCloud rockers. Where the hell is rock and roll? I'm going off the rails here, but I'm just, giving you examples. But if you've got 4 million subscribers, you should be eating pretty well. You should be eating well. You got 1 million views on one video, you should be eating very well. And I think that is the case with No Life Shack. I don't know. I can't confirm it. Can't confirm nor deny the fact that he has a great, wealth from YouTube super chats and likes and stuff like that. Maybe not likes. You can't get paid for likes, but it brings it to the algorithm. The algorithm, probably brought me here because of his likes. So. And I need more likes in here. And whoever came in, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that like button. I got 2 people in here. I need to have 200,000 people in here. I need to have 2 million people in here. I need to have 2 billion people in here. I want to see what that would look like. Would the whole screen look like that? Now I got 1 person in here. They dropped out. I'm gonna have a few viewers, at the end of this. This is a weird time. I was just testing it out and just wanted to see. I'm gonna have to probably go a little earlier in the day. I guess that 4 o'clock is that sweet spot. I thought 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock would be good because people got off work. You had your meal. You're getting ready to, you're getting ready for the tomorrow morning. You're ironing your uniforms and stuff like that. I'm just testing it out. But definitely check out No Life Shack. This is free promotion for him. He's not paying me. I'm just giving respect to a man that has, great knowledge of hip hop and rap, and I'm sure other stylings, other genres, especially though hip hop, because he's done these reactions. He's been doing these reactions, probably since the first disc dropped. And it was with Kendrick Lamar on the Metro Boomin and Future song. I can't remember what his name was, but I'll look it up. Hell, why not? Why not? Like that. That's what it was called, like that. When he said, "Mother F the big 3, nigga. It's just big me, nigga. Bum what? I'm really like that. And your best work is a light pack, nigga." And then that was like Fort Sumter. That was like South Carolina for the Civil War. Anybody in the Civil War buffs know what I'm talking about. And those were the first shots that were fired from Fort Sumter. And that precipitated the Civil War, which was America's bloodiest war on its own soil, and actually on any soil. You know, World War II claimed the second most. I think it was like 200,000 or 300,000. For the Civil War, it was like 600,000 to 700,000. They're still doing counting records and finding different, places where people were killed in different battlefields. So that's just one to grow with. I'm just giving you little examples, giving you little ideas, you know. But that's the gist of that. So I'm gonna break for a little second and talk about something that is dear to me. It's Misty Monday. Anybody a Misty? I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I'm a dweeb. I'm into Mystery Science Theater 3000. I watched it earlier. It started messing up on the YouTube. I don't know why this YouTube stream that messes up sometimes, but I was watching it and it's just hilarious. It's so trolling. It's like the epitome of trolling. They troll terrible movies, and that's healthy. They don't troll good movies. They don't troll movies that are well made and well produced and have great acting and great directing and writing and technical aspects. They go after everything. They go from everybody in the names of the characters to the names of the actors to the set design to the production to the directors. And then one director that stands out, Cormac McCartney. No, excuse me. Let me make sure I get his name right. Roger Corman. That's his name. Roger Corman is a famous director that's helped the careers of George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, amongst a host of many others. And and he's still alive. He's still kicking. I don't know if he's still making movies, but he's made some of the worst movies ever. But this is the thing about Roger Corman. He knows how to get movies made. He has made movies. A lot of people can't make a movie. When I say that, I mean they don't have the wherewithal. They don't know how to get the teams together, to get the grips and the best boys and the dollies and the makeup department and the costume department and everything like that. Everybody, shooting, and we're gonna have the shooting schedule, and the director is gonna be in place and they're gonna confer with the producers. They're gonna confer with the writers and everybody has to work together. So that's what Roger Corman mastered. He's a complete master of that, getting movies made ahead of schedule and on time. That's basically what it takes to be a filmmaker in Hollywood or anywhere else. Getting a movie made ahead of schedule and on time. So anyway, MST3K or Mystery Science Theater 3000 or Misty Monday is a perfect time for you to just sit back and relax and laugh at these goofy, weirdo, gonzo sometimes movies that are just despicable. They're just evil. They're just so bad. They're bad. You can't say, oh, they're so bad they're good. It's so bad that they're awful. and the people, it's usually Joel or Mike. It's Joel Hodgson and Mike Nelson. Now I've never seen them on screen together. I've never seen together, on panels. I think they've been on screen together before in earlier seasons. And it ran for a good amount of time, and it was rebooted in the 20 teens with Patton Oswalt of all people as one of the cast members during the period where they have a repartee with the whole synopsis is that the Joel and Mike were workers at Gizmotic Institute, basically as like a warehouse or some kind of scientific experimental space, and they were pretty much janitors or people working, and they got blasted into space, and then they sent them cheesy movies, la la la, but they sent them cheesy movies for them to watch. and they have to they monitor his mind. They figure out what is going on with his head, and it even goes into the credits. It says during the opening scene, the credits, the opening song is if you wonder if uh what foods that that Mike eats or Joel eats, you should really you should just think to yourself, it's just a show. You should really another science fact. That's it. If you wonder what Mike or Joel eats and drinks and other science facts, just repeat to yourself that it's just a show. You should really just relax for Mystery Science Theater 3000. So I've been watching this since I was in high school. I've been watching this since I was in high school, and it's it's been a grand, set of decades. Really, it's going on 2 decades now since I started watching, maybe more. It probably has been at least 2 decades since I've been watching it. And it's been on. It's been in certain different iterations. It was on Sci-Fi, it was on Comedy Central, and I don't know what the copyright, what the payment must have been. They had to pay, probably had to pay for the movies. I don't know, or some of the people would just hand them the movie, like say, hey, just riff on it, do what you got to do, have fun with it. I'm not even gonna sue you or anything like that. It's yours. I think that happened a few times because there's dozens of experiments, they're called. There's dozens of experiments. Maybe at least 100. Maybe that much. I'm not 100% sure, but there are definitely dozens of different movies. Some of the movies I don't like. Like I don't like the yellow people, the yellow movies, the Asian movies. That's some people like to call, but Asia is a large country, and Israelis are technically Asian, so it's weird when you say it. So, but movies coming out of Japan and Korea and stuff like that, I don't really like those. Those are kind of like It's almost they're too earnest. The same thing goes to the 1950s, Red Scare movies. They couldn't use real people as communists invading America, but they could use spaceships and aliens and stuff like that. So that's just my favorite. My favorites are like late 60s to the early 90s. Those are my favorite because they're not even earnest. Hardly. They're hardly not earnest. They're kind of like goofy on purpose, but they're not aware of the fact that they're goofy on purpose. Like it's like it's just a lot of different things. Like one of my favorite episodes is definitely one of my favorite episodes is definitely Final Sacrifice. That is a classic. That is a great, awful movie. Like Roused Hour. Like it's just so amazing. It's so amazingly bad that it's not even good. Like I said, it's not good. People like to say it's so bad it's good. Well, these are so bad they're awful. They're just terrible. So you have a guide at least with you, because these are movies you wouldn't watch otherwise. I don't think, unless you really don't like your brain, your eyes and your ears. But when you have Joel and Mike, and I'm not going to say which one I like better. That's I'm not going. Don't get me saying who is better, who's the best. Um, but uh, that's what I think of the most. So that gives me the most joy on Mondays, because I love Mondays. Mondays are great. Mondays have the most purpose for me, most drive. Get back to the work week. I love the reset button. You start the work week. You hit the ground running, as the cliche goes. That's pretty special. Did I turn off the comments? There's no comments. Nobody just talking, or I don't see any comments. I think I turned off the comments. My dumb ass. I don't know. I'm gonna look for it right now. Let me see. Okay, share. Let me see. Share on X. Share to X. So there's that. But anyway, Misty Mondays is this is such a great time period for me. I get to see my favorite, probably my favorite television show of all time. I think that is it. I think it ranks up there in the top 10, if not. Because it's weird when you say television show. What do you mean? A series or a limited series, a TV show, an animated TV show? There's so many different, iterations that it's hard to even, understand which one is which. So there's that. Um, that's that's the power of television. Television, and the internet. They had a Kickstarter. That's the reason why they had the Patton Oswalt reboot. Is because of the fact that they had all these different thousands of people that put in enough money to have them have a show that was up and running again. So that's pretty spectacular to me. I think that's one of the great, it's hardly talked about anymore. That was like big in like 2013, 2014. Oh, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Kickstarter. There was Spike Lee, his movie, The Sweet Blood of Jesus. That was a Kickstarter movie. Anomalisa with Charlie Kaufman, one of my favorite writers. He screenwriters and director as well. That was a Kickstarter movie. So those are big times for that period. That period was very big. But yeah. So Misty Mondays are great. I just kick back and laugh. It makes me laugh. I'm like, and it's like a laugh a second. I don't know how they script. I still am amazed at the fact that how they're able to script so many different jokes and cram them into nearly 2 hours, and it's really like an hour and a half. Like they chop, I think, most of the movie down for time. That I understand. I don't think they play the full movie. Sometimes they do, I think, but for the most part, they don't. But there's movies like Manos, Hands of Fate, which is just a complete pig slop. Like, it's so bad. It is so terrible. It is just like embarrassingly just awful. Like, but there's so many good jokes in it. There's so many good jokes in the MST3K riffing. They're able to riff on different the movie that just came on today in the 80s, and that was in the 70s, I think. Manos, Hands of Fate. That's what I'm saying. Those are the movies I really like. The Touch of Satan, like that one was a classic. The movie that just came on today, Hobgoblins, which was a big ripoff of Gremlins. It's just so awful, so terrible. Jack Frost, just a terrible, horrible movie, but made so light by the robot. And that's the thing too. It's based off of so many different references to science fiction and science fiction novels and movies. In the show, they live on SOL. That's a play on word letters, but they call it the ship of love, and it's shaped like a bone, like the bone that was thrown in the air. Hope I'm not spoiling anything, but in the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick, written by Arthur C. Clarke. I'm not gonna be able to do that for every other reference, but yeah, but I can kind of do that. Let me see. Silent Running. Mr. Troy Star Terrain's favorite science fiction film. His favorite science fiction film of all time. Silent Running with Bruce Dern. That was inspired. They have little robots that are in that movie. That was actually a good science fiction movie. But say in 2001 is a caliber movie too. It's got weight and heft to it. Even though a lot of it didn't really make a lot of sense, it's still a very influential and very well put together movie. The production design is just amazing, but and it still holds up today. There's a lot of bits and pieces that it came out in like what 1960. Let me see. Let me look it up. That up real quick. Came out in 1968, so before the lunar landing. Came out before the lunar landing, and it had very realistic and very credible scenes that depicted life in space. But I digress. So anyway, there's these robots in Silent Running, and they pretty much help the Bruce Dern's character psychologically and mentally get through him being all alone in space. So the same thing is key here. There are robots such as the robot roll call, Cambot, Gypsy, Tom Servo, and Crew. So if you want to watch some greatness, I would say take some time and watch all of the episodes you can. Get as many as you can in, and of the different areas. You may like what I don't like. You may like the Asian films, and the American 1950s and 60s films, and they have bonuses. They have shorts, and they're very funny too because the shorts are so earnest. They it's to a fault. It's like it's really corny. Like it's okay to be earnest and true and very honest, but um when you're trying too hard, it seems like they try so hard, and it's like their number one I think short of all time is Mr. Be Natural, which is like Peter Pan. This it's a female playing a boy's character, and she just like pops up, she's like ah, like they get shocked whenever she pops up on the screen. So that's always a good thing. That's always an interesting bit. So I would say that the way that it is depicted, the way that it is shown is just classic. It looks, and it's probably because I'm an American. I'm a FBA. I'm a foundational Black American. These are white people yelling at the screen for a change. That's black people. That black people don't go in there. What you doing there, girl? You don't need to be doing that. That's black people yelling at the screen. They can't. I was with a friend or ex friend, and he was just yelling out stuff at the screen. I was just looking like, we at the theater, nigga. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was crazy. But yeah, it was definitely something that was very interesting. But that could be it. That could be the reason why, because I'm FBA, and that's what FBA do. They talk to the screen. Oh no, you better not do that. You better put that down. That's not gonna help you. That's a classic, stereotype of black people that they yell at the screen. So, this is a show where white people yell at the screen and robots yell at the screen with white voices. So it's just an adventure. It's just fun. It's ongoing right now on YouTube. That's what's so great about the era we're in. I mean, there was when back in my day, I'm getting on my 35-year-old standing on my porch, get off my lawn, kind of status right now. But back in my day, back in 2002, if I can go back so far, I would watch this show on Saturday mornings. I had to get up, make sure I was awake. Didn't have the DVR at that time. I don't think. I think DVR was available with TiVo, but we didn't have TiVo. We just had the cable box, and I had to get up at like 9 or 10 o'clock to watch it on Saturday, mornings, and it was just that was just great. But now it's a totally different era. All you gotta do is hit YouTube on your TV, and bam, it's there forever. It's in a constant loop, and has the title of the movie in the lower left hand corner, and it just shows you what it's all about. And it's just fun. Like I said, people, the filmmakers, they know, they had a stinker, and they had a Rotten Tomato, they had, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad movie. So, we have we have the idea of how we have so many people that are willing to be subjected to these experiments. But you go in and you're like, like I said, the opening credits, the goddamn opening credits are riffed. The names of the people, the names of the costumers, the name of the editor, the name of this film was edited. Like, they have jokes already. Like, and like I said, the shorts, the shorts are about like from the 1950s and 60s, very earnest, very father knows best and leave it to Beaver kind of feel, especially those are my favorite. Those kind of 50s and 60s, the shorts, those are hilarious. Like they'll have different jokes about like if somebody's your stocking showing shows that you have that you're not paying attention and you have low morals. Like little jokes like that. Like it's just I just made that up off of an actual one because I can't remember the exact line that came from. But this is an interesting night. I'm getting 1, 2, 0, 4, 0, 4, 0. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's probably going to be in the 30s. But it's going to be more than my webcam. My webcam yesterday was 11. 11 at the end of it. So this is already up there. It's got 5 likes. I'm not mad. It's got 5 likes. That's pretty good. That's a good turn. But that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of as that cliche goes. But Misty Monday, MST3K, MST3G, if you want to say, But MST3K is definitely it's worth viewing. It's definitely worth your time. I just set aside Mondays. Then I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch it like that. And so it's very special to have the idea of something that you love and enjoy, and from my adolescence, and I can look back on some of them and remember fond memories of just laughing to myself with some bowl of Cap'n Crunch or something like that, and on a Saturday morning watching MST3K when you had to watch it. This is that old ass nigga shit right now. This is when you had to get up at a certain time, go to the TV, turn it on. It's the whole steps. You know what I mean? You couldn't just voice activate, like TV on and stuff like that, and you can't. There was none of that. None of that back in my house, at least. Not my time. But it was very special, and I'm glad that it has a following still. It still has people that live and die by it. I live and die by those episodes. just come to me. Uh, just so many. There's so many different episodes that are just so great. Um, like I said, you watch the Hands of Manos. They do little in jokes during the time between the movie. They have this little setup. It's just like a very basic place where they have costumes on. They have different a different repertoire of different word games and word puzzles that they speak back and forth at each other. It's really cool. It's actually I'm selling this like they're paying me, but they're really not. But I definitely enjoy the fact that these different um, uh, levels of thought that go into each of the episodes. It, it's with different people on each episode, but but the robots remain, even though they change too, but they have different ideas as well. It's very special to understand that as an aspect of this. I would say it's a subculture. I would say it's an entire ecosystem. It has that cult following, like people love to say, it has a cult following. It doesn't have mass appeal. Not everybody's gonna look. People are gonna look at you strange, like what is it? What is it? MST3K? What is that? I never heard of Mr. Science Theater 3000. What is that about? That's probably going to be about the shake of it, because it wasn't a massive ratings getter, but it did decent. It did very well. It had a good run. It went from like, let me make sure. Let me see if I can get it right. It was in 2015. Okay, so there's 230 episodes. 230. So there's hundreds of episodes. Um, I'm trying to see the years. So the first iteration came out in 88 to 89. Then it was 89 to 99. Then it was 17 to 18. So the original release was 1988 to 89. Yeah. Then 91 to 89 to 91, 91 to 96, 97 to 99. Like I said, it went from KTMA TV in Minnesota to the Comedy Channel, to Comedy Central, Sci-Fi Channel, Netflix, and now is 2017 to 2018. And then finally on Gizmoplex, March 4th, 2022 to the present day. And they also have related cinematic Titanic riff tracks, which I think does, pretty popular or, famous or pretty good movies. But I think they do terrible movies as well, and the film crew. So here's an example of MST3K's Shadow-Rama effect used as the central motif for the show. Here, Tom Servo left, Joe Robinson and Crow T Robot is in silhouette are watching the short Mr. Be Natural in the 1991 episode featuring War of the Colossal Beast. I won the whole game. I was the winner. Yeah, I was the winner. I beat the other two contestants. And if we were really there, I'd be going to the big board. And that 18,000. So I highly recommend it. I put a stamp on it. See, it's a basic understanding of what it is. So I appreciate the fact that you have the chance to view me. I appreciate that you like to see me. So I appreciate that fact, and definitely become a Misty. It's very easy. Just go on YouTube, select what videos you want to watch. There's like I said, there's 230 episodes spanning almost 20 years, 30 years. Um, so 30 plus years really. But definitely delve into it, get ready for it. It's something that's special. But hey, I'd like to thank you also everybody for viewing this today. Make sure you share, and let everybody know about it. And this is me signing off. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your evening, or a great rest of your morning, or rest of your afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Have a great time. Take care.